Hi everybody, I am Dr. Sudipto Ghosh. Welcome you on behalf of Knowledge School. Today, I am going to discuss about financial planning for students. This is the first part of the module 1 of the video. Financial planning is one of the most important life skill. It is the process of meeting your life goals through the proper management of your finances. A bad financial plan may lead you to financial problems, while a good plan can provide you and your family with a comfortable life. Unfortunately, many think financial planning is just about money. That is not true. Money is just the start. So let us go through the video. Financial planning for students. Financial planning is not just for some people. Financial planning is for everyone. In this module 1, we will discuss about the personal finances. Concepts of personal finance. Personal finance, we will discuss right now about the idea of savings and investments. Savings comprise the amount of money left over after spending. It refers to the amount that is excess of income over expenditure. Income is the money earned by a person from any source, and expenditures are the ways to spend the money. So savings equals to income minus expenditure. So hope you will be able to understand it. Right now we will discuss about investment. Investment is a part of wealth creation. It helps to fulfill our financial goals. We can expect a higher returns by investing some money out of our savings in different financial products like stock market, mutual fund, and non-financial products like gold, silver, land, etc. Let us understand the importance of savings and investments. The importance of savings. Savings helps and protects us in any financial emergency. Savings can help us to think about future expenses for large purchases, avoiding debt. It reduces our financial stress and provides us a financial freedom. So savings, the people usually meet their short-term goals with savings. You can put your savings in the bank savings account. Savings, what we understand, is the surplus money in hand after the expenses. The importance of investments. Investment is equally important as savings. The value of our savings and wealth is decreasing due to inflation. Only investment can help us to maintain the growth of our savings to overcome the reverse effect of inflation for future. Investments require a certain period. Recurring deposits, fixed deposits, mutual funds, bonds, shares, these are the kinds of investments. Now, what is the difference between savings and investment? Try to understand the difference between the two. Savings and investments. Savings is basically used for short-term goals, to meet the short-term goals that remains unused for future purpose, and the investments were used to grow our savings and assets. In savings, they maintain for short-term need in urgent cases, whereas in the case of investments, it helps to generate further income and grow the wealth. In case of savings, the risk is low, whereas in the case of investment, the risk may be low or high. In savings, the liquidity is higher, whereas in the case of investment, the liquidity is lower. Hope you have understood the difference between savings and investments. Assets and liabilities. Assets are the items owned by us that can generate future income for us. For example, fixed deposit, cash, land, building, car, furniture, electronic and other goods, gold, silver, jewelry, etc. Generally, liabilities are the causes of our future expenses. Most of our future expenditures are our today's liability. Example, any kind of loan or debt, outstanding expenses for future, etc. Debt. When our expenses exceeds our income, we borrow to cover the shortage of money. This is called debt. It is also our liability. Now try to understand the time value of money. The time value of money is defined as a concept which states that purchasing power of money differs with the passage of time. There are many reasons to satisfy the concept, such as inflation, uncertain future, etc. Value of money decreases over time. If we delay in invest, that can be costly. What is that cost of delay? The cost of delay means how much cost a person needs to pay if the investment is delayed for some years. Why people delay in investments? Many people, even after earning a good amount of salary, are not able to save money because of the following reasons. Number 1, unnecessary spending. Number 2, lavish lifestyle. Number 3, huge debts. And number 4, fear of losing money. What are the benefits of starting early investments? There are various benefits of investing early. Let us see a few of them. Number 1, you can see the power of compounding well when you invest money for a longer period of time, say 10 years and more. Number 2, you develop a habit of saving in life with early investment. Number 3, by investing early, one can improve the quality and standard of life. And number 4, investing early can help an individual to secure them as well as their family's future. So there are many benefits. Inflation. Inflation refers to the rise in the prices of most goods and services of daily or common use, such as food, clothing, housing, recreation, transport, etc. Inflation measures the average price change in a basket of commodities and service over time. Inflation is the increase in price of goods over a period. The inflation varies with time. Some of the examples of items have been given below to understand the inflation. Here we will be going to consider 3 items. Number 1 is sugar, number 2 is petrol, and number 3 is gold for the years 2000 and 2020. The price of sugar in the year 2000 10 rupees 25 paisa, whereas in the price of sugar in case of 2020 it is right now 40 rupees per kg. The price of petrol in the year 2000 was 28 rupees 44 paisa. In 2020 it is right now approximately 82 rupees 92 paisa. And the price of gold per 10 gram in the year of 2000 was 4,400 rupees, whereas in the case of 2020 it is right now approximately 50,000 rupees. See the difference in a span of 20 years time. All causes due to inflation. What are the causes of inflation? Rising prices known as inflation impact the cost of living, the cost of doing business, borrowing money, mortgages, corporate and government bond yields, and every other facet of economy. Inflation are classified according to their cause. Number 1 is demand pull inflation, which defines as aggregate demand growing faster than aggregate supply. That the growth is too rapid. Number 2, cost push inflation. It is caused by an increase in prices of inputs like labor, raw material, etc. The increased price of factors of production leads to a decreased supply. Number 3, that is devaluation. Increasing cost of imported goods and also the boost to domestic demand. These are the main causes of inflation. Now we will discuss some of the points of inflation. The main causes of inflation, that is higher price of commodities, a rise in the price of oil would lead to higher petrol prices and higher transport costs. And number 2, imported inflation, a devaluation will increase the domestic price of imports. Number 3, higher wages. Wages are one of the main costs facing farms. And number 4, higher taxes are the main cause of inflation. We have considered some of the points which are the main causes of inflation. How does inflation affect our investment decision? The goal with an investment is to increase returns and long-term purchasing power. But inflation puts this goal at risk. As inflation increases, the value of investment diminishes and the consumer ends up paying more for less because of the decreased value of money. So over the time, if inflation increases, you'll have to invest or spend more money. What are the steps that an investor can take to avoid the adverse effect of inflation? All investors should try to determine the perfect rate of return so that their investments can overcome the adverse effect of inflation. They should invest to mitigate the decrease in the value of money. So one can invest in shares, golds, bonds, etc. But whenever you are investing, you will have to study the pros and cons. The power compounding, which is also known as the eighth wonder of the world. In case of simple interest, we can get only the interest accrued on principal, but in compound interest, the interest is also accrued on the previous interest. It helps the investors to get more returns. The impact of compound interest in the long run is tremendous. The longer you can keep your investments on a compound interest basis, the greater will be your gains. In an example, the returns can be shown for initial investment of 1000 rupees for a long period in bank and company deposits. So at the end of 5 years time, if the rate of interest is 10% per annum quarterly compounding in bank deposits, you will get a return of 1639. While at the rate of 15% per annum monthly compounding company deposit, you will get an amount 2107 rupees. Likewise, if we consider 10 years or 15 years time, say 15 years time, you will get a return of 4400 rupees, and in case of company deposit, you will get an amount of 9326 rupees. In the end of 20 years, you will get in a bank deposit rupees 7210, while in company deposit you will get an amount of 19,715 rupees. And at the end of 30 years, if we consider 30 years time, your 1000 rupees will give you a return in bank deposits 19,358 rupees, while in company deposits you will get a return of 87,541 rupees. Compounding techniques. A method of compounding has been shown below for principal of amount, principal say rupees 100 at the rate of 10% per annum. The interest at the end of first year, you will get 10 rupees. So the amount at the beginning of second year, 110 rupees. Interest at the end of second year, 11 rupees. Amount at the beginning of the third year will be 121 rupees. Interest at the end of third year, 12 rupees 10 paisa, and the amount at the end of third year will be 133 rupees 10 paisa. So the rule of 72, it is a mathematical rule to find out the time period in which our total investment can give us the double return. Simply, we should divide 72 by the interest rate. Let us assume that our rate of interest is 3%, and the time period for the investment to be doubled is 24 years. If the rate of interest is 6% per annum, then the rate of interest is 6% per annum, then the number of years to double is 12 years. Hope you will be able to understand the basics of personal finance. If you like this video, then please share with others and please subscribe the channel. Thank you.